Let me just say that the judge has spoken, and I do think it's a tough day for all of us here in Detroit.
Detroit is bankrupt. 4 months ago, the city became the largest in America to file for bankruptcy, and now a federal judge has cleared the way for Detroit to try to dig its way out. Now comes the hard part. It won't be easy, and it won't be painless. The problem, in 3 words, too much debt.
I believe since I came to office, with the crisis that we had, this was inevitable.
Detroit is struggling with an estimated $18 billion of debt and other liabilities. It owes roughly half that to bondholders, Wall Street types and ordinary folks who loaned the city money and expect it to be paid back in full. The other half of that $18 billion represents unfunded pension and health care liabilities for city employees, teachers, police officers, firemen. No one, not investors, not city workers, is going to be totally satisfied. As in most bankruptcies, creditors are going to take a hit. The question now is how big that hit will be and who will feel the most pain.
You know, as you know, we were being sued almost on a weekly basis, and that's the very thing I had pleaded for not to happen.
Detroit's public workers and retirees had hoped to keep the city out of bankruptcy court, and major creditors like the UAW and the city's pension funds objected from the start.
Number 2, it gives us a forum, as the governor just said, to bring all parties in. A significant percentage of parties that we have to speak to are unrepresented, the retirees.
They're worried because Judge Stephen Rhodes' ruling will allow Detroit to cut their benefits, especially their pensions. And city workers should be worried. There appears to be too little money set aside to cover all the costs. And keep in mind that these days, Detroit has roughly 21,000 retired city workers. That's roughly twice as many than who are actually working. So now Detroit will move ahead with proposals to restructure its debt, maybe pushing some payments to bondholders further into the future. We'll know more in a few weeks, but the plan is expected to include controversial cuts to unsecured creditors, the ones lower in the pecking order. And the city could spin off its water and sewer departments and even sell property belonging to the Detroit Institute of Arts. Now, creditors are likely to appeal, but it's unlikely that Tuesday's ruling will be overturned. There's one thing that everyone agrees on. It's that Detroit is in big trouble.
While we are very pleased, we remain very concerned about the need to adjust the city's debt, to improve its level of services for its citizens, and to also prepare for the city to exit this receivership in a fashion that restores democracy to the city.